fight, I'm more than happy to discuss that.
Um, Getting into the interview that I had with Bomac, people were I seen other channels grabbing pieces of what
Hmm.
he said, and just turning it into topics. Basically,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
it's one of the biggest fights in boxing.
yeah.
So one of the things he said was, "We're gonna go back to our, do things in training that we haven't done in a long time."
Hmm.
Obviously, you know the saying, Bernie, we gotta, at the age of 37, 36, approaching 38. He's
Hmm.
37, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have to train smart. Going back to, some of the things that you guys used to do in the past for a
Hmm.
Canelo Alvarez, right? Do
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
feel like it's something that you guys have to worry about just because of the age in that?
No,
No.
Crawford ain't aging. Crawford ain't aging. Crawford ain't took no beatings, and he don't beat himself outside the gym. Like I say, we talking about, you know what I'm saying, when they say black don't crack, right? So let's
Hmm.
stop talking about that shit. You understand? If I can go back to history now, I can go back to history. I can go back to history. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. So uh 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 Crawford, he ain't aging. And when I say that, Crawford didn't forgot more about boxing than these guys did. They say about Jack Johnson, I forgot more about boxing that man ever knew. I done forgot more about boxing this man ever knew. So, um, you know, Crawford is a tremendous boxer, man. He's just a tremendous boxer. He's a smart boxer. He moves well. I mean, and in the right way. Crawford's a tremendous boxer. So, um, when we talking about that, we almost like maybe let me think. I don't know what he was saying, but almost like Rocky. When he went fought for Mr. T the third time, when he fought the third fight. Just more having fun with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Crawford is a slick guy. If you watch him, he throw a lot of punches and he used to move a little bit and things like that. But now he just a man, so he walking guys down now. Crawford walking guys down, standing in the pocket, beating them up. He not expending as much energy as he used to because he don't have to. So he in his Money Mayweather era. You know what I mean? But I feel like this could bring out something else into him and not bring out some the in a what I say the youth, the spunk in a fight. I think this could bring it out in him. Like I say, we could move, we could Sugar Ray Leonard him. You know what I'm saying? We could step to him. I think we're gonna do a little bit of everything of that. I think Crawford gonna do a little bit of everything of that. I seen him moving fleet footed in the gym. Man. And Crawford is it's gonna be a hell of a fight, and Crawford's gonna win. That's it. Crawford's gonna win. But when you say that, like I say, Bo going back on his notes and stuff like that, that's good. That's why you write things down. You do could forget some things. You know what I'm saying? It is some things you could forget or that you was not doing or focusing on as much. So ain't nothing wrong with reaching back, going into your
100%.
tool bag. You know.
100%. 100%. And then also that another thing that people took note of he was worried about making sure that he got a fair shake, if we did go the distance. What do you think about going the distance with Canelo Alvarez and getting that fair shake?
I mean, I'm not worried about that because Crawford, when he wins, he wins. That's it. Crawford fights be decisive, So I'm not expecting nothing less because he's Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford is is
You
is
seen the
in the same
scorecards?
right.
You seen the scorecards for Madrimov?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, like I say, again, I'm not gonna worry about that as myself. You know what I'm saying? Because Crawford is the people's champion, and if Crawford, the people are gonna tell. The people are gonna tell who won the fight, and so Crawford, again, he did what he had to do. I don't know what the fuck they was doing with Madrimov. I don't know you know what I'm saying? It's just, I- you know, I don't want to, from going from that height and then that's the
In
last image you seen
Vegas,
of him,
it's
and then
Canelo.
you
It's Canelo
and
in
then
Vegas.
yeah, but like I say, Crawford to fight you in your fucking backyard, man. That's what we talking about with this guy. You know what I'm saying? So again, I mean, if we wanna put a lot of emphasis on the Madrimov fight, I'm saying, but we have to still think about this. Madrimov wasn't bringing the fight. That's all. Madrimov wasn't bringing the fight. And whenever if he did touch Crawford, Crawford stepped in with him and banged him up and didn't run. Crawford didn't ever run out of there. Crawford never ran. Crawford was comfortable the whole time. So I don't know what they're talking about. But like I say, the best ain't hard to spot. It's always gonna have somebody that has something against you to say something. But if like
And you know
Saul said,
Canelo's throwing them freaking those missiles.
yeah, he gonna miss them too. He ain't gonna
Mm.
hit us with that
I
shit. He
like
ain't
that
gonna hit us with
answer.
that shit.
I love
He
that
ain't gonna hit us
answer.
with that shit.
And
Yeah,
he
he
gonna
gonna
miss
miss
them
them.
shits too.
We already
Other
prepared for
shit.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We already prepared for that. So man, man, they always miss you when you're gone. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go back and look at fights and realize how great a fighter was, how good he really was. So with that being said, just look for September the 12th. That's it. And we get our hand raised. We don't want to hear no excuses. You know what I'm saying? When we beat the great Canelo Alvarez, living legend as he is, and we take the undisputed championships, just go ahead and give us our credit. And I said this on my show too, though. Crawford getting a lot of hate. Crawford is sad that when you see somebody getting dogged out so bad, instead of somebody that don't, you see a guy get treated like Crawford that don't deserve it, and then you get guys that get treated good by the media or by the press or by the fans that ain't really worth nothing. It's a shame, but Crawford is a humanitarian. Like I said this, and I'm telling this to God truth, and I mean this. I know I'm being funny, but I'm serious. Crawford, when he get inducted to the Hall of Fame, at some point, they should give him the humanitarian award again because he saved the careers of Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, all them guys, Mikey Garcia. He saved their careers by not getting a ring with him. By they, eh, that was their biggest asset is not getting in the ring with Crawford because Crawford ruins guys. So the hate on Crawford, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And not only that, even at his
that's
biggest moment, which
nasty
was the
work.
Spence fight, with the Spence fight, he showed so much grace and tremendous empathy and sympathy and sportsmanship with Earl Spence. So much after that beating, and like I say, the way they was talking about us, the way they never showed no respect, they never none of that, and for Crawford to handle that so gracefully, how can he not be on your winning side? You could still console Earl. You could still have love for him and this and that and respect that he got up off the canvas a couple of times and took a tremendous beating and he showed a lot of heart. But how can you not love with Bud? And that's this how I say this. So I put myself in that situation. I'm saying this, like I say, I talk shit about Brian Norman, I talk shit about Bruce Ennis, right? But like I say, when they do good, I say I express it. I congratulate them. You know what I mean? I try to give a true assessment on good and bad. You know what I mean? And like I say, me myself, I become a fan of those guys right now. You know what I'm saying? So it start from I wouldn't say hate, but from whatever, and now it's love. You know what I mean? So I respect Boots, everything he got going, him and his dad. I respect Brian Norman for everything he got going, and I'm fans of this. When they fight, I'm tuning to watch them fight. Now, when they fighting, I'm watching. When they're fighting, I'm not going to the club. When they fighting, I'm not going to the club. I'm sitting around. We got something to do. We gonna watch Bruce fight tonight. We're gonna watch Brian Norman fight tonight. That's how I'm feeling about